Nothing beats free, especially when you're talking about real estate leads. And today I'm sharing my top 10 strategies on how to get clients without spending anything more than your time. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to learn how to grow your real estate business without cold calling, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so that you'll never miss a video. If you're new to real estate, chances are you have a lot more time than you have money. We've all been there, myself included, and in today's video, I'm going to share how to get clients without spending anything more than your time. And the first strategy is put yourself in a position to interact with the public more. As a matter of fact, as much as possible. You can't stay at home all day and expect to grow your real estate business. Real estate is a relationship business. Yes, it's sales, but it all comes down to people knowing, liking, and trusting you. The only way for that to happen is if you get yourself out there and interact with the public as much as possible. That could be working from a coffee shop a couple times a week. Honestly, it could be going to happy hour at a local restaurant a couple times a week. Put yourself in a position, whatever you're comfortable with or a place you already frequent, to not only get to know the staff at the establishment, but to put yourself in a position to be able to interact on a very casual level with their patrons. The more conversations you have about real estate, the more transactions you will do. Next up is getting active in your neighborhood or your community. And if you live in a neighborhood with an HOA, a great way to do this is to volunteer to be on the board for the HOA. It puts you in contact with more members of your neighborhood. It puts you in a position to also help the neighborhood and have more conversations naturally about real estate. If you're like me and you don't live in an HOA, another option to get more active in your community is to find an activity that you already enjoy. Maybe you enjoy sports, maybe you enjoy walking, volunteering. There are so many ways that you can get involved in the community and come from a place of giving. And that will also put you in contact with more people and the conversations will naturally flow. Everybody's always going to ask, what do you do? And you can share that you're in real estate. Number 3 is teach classes. And this could either be in person or it could also be virtual. You could market this on social media that you're teaching a class for home sellers, or you're teaching a class for home buyers or move-up buyers or first-time home buyers. There are a lot of ways that you can share your knowledge as a real estate agent coming from a place of giving and value. And in turn, if you consistently do those, not only does your sphere get to know that you're in real estate, people that you don't know also get to know that you're in real estate and you're simply providing value to them. Do that on a consistent basis. It's not going to happen by teaching one class, but maybe you're doing one class a month, and in time, you will earn business because of that. Number 4 is working for sale by owners. And I can hear the cringe coming from some of you watching right now. For sale by owners are by no means easy, but they are quite simple. The misstep that so many agents make when working for sale by owners is they are constantly trying to get the listing, and that's not going to work. You don't want to come out of the gate telling someone, hey, you're never going to sell your house and you need to hire me to do it. That's not the way to go about it. There is a certain way to go about working for sale by owners, and that is always, always coming from a place of value. Get in front of them. Don't lie and say you have a buyer. That is a terrible idea as well. Be honest with them. Contact them and say, hey, I'd like to come see your house. I don't have a buyer. I promise you I'm not going to try to list your house, but I do want to know the inventory that's in my market at all times, and I would like to come for a tour. Then from there, after you finish touring the home, bring with you and ask them if they would mind if you gave them a for sale by owner help kit. You can bring it with you, hand it off to them, and in that help kit, you should have composed information that is going to help them sell their home. It's simply providing value. And from there, it's all in the follow-up. You've got to stay in touch with them because most of them are not going to be successful in selling their home. And that's where you come in. If you've been that agent who has supported them, provided value, answered questions, and followed up, they are then going to come to you and say, hey, this didn't work out the way that I thought it would, but I would like to meet with you to see about selling my home. It has worked for me time and time again. I have a for sale by owner help kit template. If you would like a copy of that, drop me a comment below. I'd be happy to share it with you. Number 5 is absentee owners. And what a lot of agents do is mail to absentee owners, and that certainly is an option, but that's obviously going to cost you a little bit of money. So the other option is to either call, or if you get their email address, email them as well. Let them know what the current market is doing and how much they could potentially make by selling their home. Right now in the current market, there are a lot of absentee owners who are opting to go ahead and sell. This is a very viable lead source in the current market. Depending on what the market conditions are doing, this may or may not be a good strategy. It depends on what's happening. But in the current market, it is definitely worth pursuing this avenue to get yourself some free leads. Number 6 is expired listings. I'm hearing a cringe from some of you again, but this is a great lead source, and there are so many expired listings right now. Yes, the sellers may be sad. They may even be mad at the agent who wasn't able to sell their house. That's where you come in and stand out from the crowd. Ask them why they think that their home didn't sell. And a lot of times they have a lot of insight that they are ready to share because they're frustrated. They wanted to sell their house, it didn't sell. Listen to them, find their pain points, and then give them a solution. So many cases, especially in the current market where homes have expired, yes, it may have been pricing, but most of the time it's actually not the price, it's the presentation, or maybe the home was hard to sell, maybe it needs to be staged. There are a lot of other factors, and in many cases right now in Northern Virginia, I can't speak for other areas, but in Northern Virginia, there's a lot of cases where the homes haven't sold and they actually could be listed for more than where they were when they expired. You talk about being able to give a seller some good news. Hey, I know your house didn't sell, but I actually think I could sell it for $20,000 more than what it was listed for 6 months ago. That's your way into having a conversation with them and then setting your listing appointment. Number 7 is form relationships with divorce lawyers. Divorce is difficult, and this is an opportunity for you to really help people going through something difficult. And having a mutually beneficial relationship with a divorce lawyer is not only going to benefit you in the sense of getting leads, most of the time listing leads, but sometimes it's selling a home and then helping one or both spouses then find their new home. But it also benefits the divorce lawyer because let me tell you, if you're in real estate long enough, unfortunately, you are going to have clients contact you, or even just people that you know contact you and say, hey, do you know of a good divorce lawyer? And then you can connect them with someone who can really help them through the process. I have a relationship with 2 lawyers here in Northern Virginia. This year alone, I have referred them 5 people. And in return, I've received 3 referrals from them. All were listings because they said, hey, we know Amanda can help you out. We have a relationship with her, and they trusted me. And then in turn, I got the business. This is a great way to spend your time growing that relationship and then it being a mutual referral situation. Number 9 is start making videos. And these videos can range from long form educational videos. They could be videos about your area and your market. You could do a vlog about a neighborhood. You could do pros and cons about living in a certain area or a certain neighborhood. Or you could be doing market updates and shorter videos on your social media. Whatever you decide to go with, just make sure you are using video. It is so powerful. It's rewarded far more than photos on social media platforms. And it also gives people a chance to get to know you as they're consuming your content. Number 9 is the tried and true sphere of influence. Your sphere of influence is people that already know, like, and trust you. This is something that is so valuable to tap into, whether you're a brand new agent or have been doing this for years. Your sphere of influence is always going to be a source of business, and it's a source of business that really costs you nothing more than your time in order to gain business from. I do think once you become more established in the business and you're starting to close deals and you have some money to invest back into your business, yes, there absolutely should be a monetary factor to keeping in touch with your sphere, whether it's mailers or pop-bys, holiday cards, that type of thing. That's for another video. But when you're first starting out, you don't have to spend anything more than your time. Let your sphere of influence know, hey, I'm in real estate now. I would love to earn your business. If you ever have any questions about real estate, reach out to me and I'll be there for you. Don't flat out contact them and say, hey, I got my real estate license and I need some business. Who do you know? That's such a turnoff. Come from a place of value first. That could even just be sharing on social media if that's what you're most comfortable with. But make sure that you are letting your sphere know that you are in real estate, you know your stuff, and you are available to answer questions. Number 10 is host open houses. Open houses, especially right now, because there are a lot of buyers who they're not jumping into the market, but they're browsing around. You can easily pick up buyer clients if you are consistently hosting open houses. And if you're a new agent, my definition of consistently hosting open houses is you're gonna have one on Saturday and you're gonna have one on Sunday. Fill your weekend. You have the time to do them because you're probably not working with a ton of clients just yet. And this can be your bread and butter for growing your client base. You can borrow another agent's signs. You don't even have to buy your own signs. There's a lot of ways that you really don't have to spend anything other than your time for getting ready for your open house. And no problem, I'm sure a lot of you don't have your own listings. Hold someone in your own office, hold their listings open, or contact other agents. It doesn't have to be within the same brokerage. It would just take you reaching out to another agent and getting their permission to hold their listing as an open house. So those are 10 tried and true ways to get real estate leads for free. If you have any questions, drop me a comment below. Otherwise, in the meantime, take care until I see you next week.